cheap reads. And Lud is going with Falke. This is a surprise. I talked to him earlier, and he said, I don't think he's going to, he said, I don't think I'm going to mess around with Falke for the rest of the tournament. I want to win. But it looks like, I think he still wants to win. I think he thinks he can do it with Falke. I'm excited to see what he's cooked up, because every time he goes up on stage to show us some more Falke, I learn something new about this character. And now I learned not to do that projectile against ogyawn.
2 jumps are successful.
Oh, 1.
All right, that'll do it.
Thanks for playing, as Steve H says. Oh, and a taunt? Come on, man. That's your buddy. That's what you get.
He's like, well, you're playing the Falke on me. Better get that Falke out of here.
He's Falking around on him.
Nope.
Jan is definitely a more explosive player. He definitely, I like to say he presses buttons and, he just converts. That's how he plays. I think that's kind of how you have to play Laura, almost by design in this game, and it really works out for him.
Nice block. Good punish. Was ready for that one. That's advantage, the close range blasts. I think it's like +3 or 4.
I think it's -3.
Oh, really? Maybe it's just in V-trigger then.
Yeah. Yeah, -3, but at a certain range, it can be good to fish out certain normals from your opponent with punish. Good stuff. Just using all that V-trigger for pressure right there.
Pushback on it is good, though, like you're saying.
Now, if Lud stands a chance, I think he's going to have to lay off the heavy normals. Now, her bigger normals with the better range are really good because the cancel window is really late, and you can cancel into her KK, which I think is called Catapult. But he's got to tone it down on that because I know ogyawn is not afraid to jump or do big moves that'll do a lot of damage. And the damage potential for Laura for any given big normal is a lot bigger than Falke's.
Getting a little bit impatient. Trying to shove one of that overhead through. Oh, surprised him, Lud, with the jump in and the stomp.
Yeah, that's definitely not safe. That's punishable all the time. I like it. Just keeping it solid.
Just staying out of range. Get whiff punished. Walk into the fireball. First game, Lud.
Looking a little groggy.
Falke wins.
Maybe that's why he's playing Falke. Stay this far away. Go whack, go whack.
Usually Jan is hamming it up, but it looks like he's really focused. It's a side of him we don't really get to see too often.
Round 1.
He's usually kind of a clown on camera. And there's the big dashes already at the beginning of the match. 3, 5 seconds into the match, 4.
They're all stopped. Finally in. Oh, batted away again. Battle of attrition. Jan using his face. The weapon of choice. Finally makes his way in. Got the corner here. He'll be able to shrug off all that damage if he can get things going to where he wants here. That's really what it's all about. But Lud is staying strong. Ooh!
Good anti-air. He wouldn't let that fool him twice. That's why they call it a gimmick, because it only works once. That overhead is so solid. V-trigger 1, it does combo on hit now.
Round 2.
That's the kind of game that Jan wants to play. He wants to, once he does damage once, he wants it to be over within 10 seconds.
And that's what we call Laura. Laura Matsuda.
Happy we got another Matsuda, one that's good and competitive,
Such an accurate portrayal of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu if I've ever seen one in my life. I mean, this is really what Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is like. You hit somebody once and they die. That's what BJJ is all about, dude. I'll tell you.
Yeah, man. BJJ. My wife does a little BJJ, and she's always throwing static electricity at me after toozling her hair,
This is so sweet.
Totally cheap.
Yeah, dude.
I call her cheap all the time for it.
And you're like, yeah, you use BJJ? That's cheap.
I tell her, learn some footsies.
Oh, the looper's there.
It's not done. Handle this.
Good damage. Look at that. He just threw it out there, too. The fishing pole, we call that. That stand fierce. The cancel window is so late, you can really just press it and watch.
Man, I just watched Rogue Squadron yesterday. It's, what's his name? Chirut?
Oh, is that the Donnie Yen character?
Yeah, exactly, right? With the staff. I am one with the Force, and the Force is with me.
It is a lightsaber. You hear that thing? The Psycho lightsaber? Wow, wow. We were making Darth Maul jokes last time. I like it.
Yeah,
just keeping the spacing.
This is about as bull and Matador as a Street Fighter matches get right now.
Yeah, especially in this matchup in particular. It's going to go one way or the other.
Chance for Jan, but he needed way more.
He's going to get it.
Nope.
Oh, it's safe. Meaty overhead setup.
I really like that. Oh, fireball's there. Off the mark with that one. Left the gap and Lud challenges.
Interesting to see. That definitely could have been Lud's undoing. I mean, any random button can be your death against Laurel in this game.
He got tired of waiting, man. Get down to the wire.
He was confident he was sitting on a big enough life lead that he was willing to take that risk.
Famous last words. Nice anti-air. Cross-up actually gives Lud more room to work with. We'll take that. Oh, I like that air to air. Oh, but that spoke too soon. Got a little too high. Got punished. As you said, Sean pushing.
It's another jump. It seems like he's not content to sit and wait. He wants to end it now. A dash after dash, jump. Good throw break. I like it. Just stopping the pressure dead.
Yeah, and just beyond the buttons, why this is starting to look so bad is, like you said, Jan wants to be in there. Jan wants to be working, and he's not getting the chance. Lud is fine slow playing it, and that is causing the mental deterioration. It causes him to take risks a little bit more freely and get punished a little bit more often.
That's right. Traditional grappler play in Street Fighter is all about sort of making your opponent overconfident so that you can take a risk and have it pay off big. And I don't think I don't think Ogyawn is playing that game right now. He's just getting impatient. He just doesn't want to be pushed out for the whole match. Another big chance right there, and that's going to be a big damage opportunity for Lud.
Uh-oh, watch your heels, baby. Abare, last chance for Jan, and he fights out of it. V-trigger's available.
There it is. This is the end of Lud right here.
That's that.
No, he went for the reason. He tried to save the meter.
Boy, oh
out of your
boy.
mind.
He is a greedy boy. A greedy boy. But got himself a little bit extra right there.
3 neutral jumps in a row. High level footsies. Because you got to use your feet to jump.
That's the bait, man. That's the bait. The third one is the bait.
That one right there. That's what I'm talking about. It was Ogyawn's spacing was great. It was solid, and then he just took that big chance and it paid off for him.
That was a nice party stopper for Lud. He said the party's over. Don't go feeling yourself out here. Surprise. Fool me twice. I don't think we've seen a lot of success with the invincible attacks.
Oh yeah. It helped him in a couple situations, but you need to do it. Again, this is one of those things, the deep reads we talked about before the match began. Lud knows Jan. And, you know, those of us that have watched have seen that Jan, once he gets his pressure started, he's not content to stop until you're dead, right? Until he's won the match.
Round 1. Fight.
So I can't fault Ludovic for, it can be scary, especially a character Falke is not known for her defense, you know? I mean, she's known as having generally not very good, she can't capitalize off close counter hits very well.
You gotta make the guess sometimes. You gotta make the read.
No anti-air there from, you know, usually Lud is on top of it, but I've said before that one of the problems of playing so many characters is that you can, you know, lose your go-to buttons. They get lost in translation going between the characters. I think that might be what we're seeing here. No problem for Lud, though. That's how you stop those air fireballs. You have to jump them. I think that jump was coming anyway, but just a tip for the future. It's the opposite of how you have to handle the Kuma fireballs. Jan really doing whatever he can to get his pressure started. Good stuff. He didn't want to mess with it. There was going to be a cross-up or fake cross-up setup there, and Lud was just not having it. Jump jab to close it out.
Beautifully scattered from Lud. You know, a lot of players are going to just block in that situation, and they're going to have to avoid another mix-up or two afterwards.
It's not done. Handle this.
El Matador again stops him, sets him down.
There we go. He tried to dash, it didn't work, so he tried to jump. There's another one. I like it, the air-to-air.
But that air-to-air put him in a position to get punished afterwards, and here comes Jan. Oh, the backdash read.
This is going to be a combo.
The light confirmed there.
I love it.
Wow, look at the spacing on that jump back medium.
That was crazy.
Woo!
Wow.